All right. So last week we had a hot topic. It was whether suicide is forgivable. This week I got another hot topic for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So we know sooner or later marijuana will become legal in our state. It's not legal right now. Many places it's not legal, but many places it is legal.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, what are you going to tell the church? Because, well, what are you going to tell the church? I'm not even going to go any further.
I'm going to tell their church to just leave their marijuana on the altar, and I'll take care of it.
Oh, wait, blow backwards on a stone for me, would you? No, I mean, that's horrible. So if I hear one more person say, well, God put it on the earth. Well, God put knives on the earth. I'm not going to stab my throat.
Let me answer that question.
All right.
Statement right there. 129 of Genesis says this, because I heard God gave us every plant on the earth, right?
You've heard it all.
It is. Then God said, behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed. Marijuana is a plant that yields seed, right?
Right.
That is on the surface of all of the earth. It's not generic plant. It was created. It's a plant that's been here from the beginning of time, as far as we know. And every tree which has fruit yielding seed, it shall be food for you. That's where we're messing up. People make this argument saying God gave it to us, we should be able to use it. He
Right.
gave every seed-bearing plant.
Well, you know what's coming next, right?
What's that?
The edibles. Well, are edibles okay then?
No, because it still adds no taste or nutritional value.
Right.
You know, people. So I'm going to start this thing, I guess, with that, but then back up a little bit and say that there is nothing in Scripture that says you can't smoke marijuana. You're not going to find "thou shalt not smoke marijuana" anywhere in your Scripture, which is why people get confused, right?
Right.
So we have to find an argument from Scripture that's in line with where God tells us not to do it, and an analogous, a comparable statement, right, or a comparable sin to determine whether or not it's a sin.
Right.
And that comparable sin, and there certainly is one, it's a strong one, is drinking.
Right.
Right? And
Right.
so the question is drink, so I'm going to move away from the marijuana to talk about the drinking to prove that marijuana isn't okay to smoke. All right, you following me?
Right.
And so what does the Bible say about drinking? Because the drink can cause you to be intoxicated. Marijuana can cause a state of intoxication, right? So what does the Bible say about drinking? The Bible doesn't speak against drinking. The Bible speaks against drunkenness. There is a difference.
Right.
I don't typically preach this, and I'm not a good preacher right now, but I try to be silent where the Bible is silent. And Paul told Timothy to not just drink water, but to have a little wine for his stomach. He had some medical condition, so he used it as medicine. There are instances in Scripture where Jesus at the wedding feast created wine, and people say, well, that was new wine. It wasn't unfermented wine.
Right.
And I used to drink pretty heavy back when I was young, before I got saved.
Mm-hmm.
The argument against that, the fact that it was new wine, that it was just grapefruit juice, is that I can remember when I would drink, I would start with the good beer, but by the end of the night, I was drinking the 40 malt liquor, and I didn't care because you couldn't taste it because your mouth was numb.
Right. Exactly.
What the guy says. He says, how come you save the best for last? People usually save the worst for last when nobody can tell the difference anyway.
Back in the day when I used to DJ nightclubs, I knew for a fact the bartenders were serving drinks with no alcohol.
By the end of the night.
Yeah, by the end of the night, they were just giving you Coke with nothing in it. And you couldn't tell. You were so wasted, you'd drink anything and thought, wow, I'm living it up.
People are all,
right? So your answer to marijuana is what?
So the comparison between drinking and marijuana is, what if there is a state with alcohol between having a glass of wine or drinking and drunkenness? Some people enjoy drinking without being drunk, and that's not sinful.
Right.
Is there a place between smoking marijuana and not being intoxicated, inebriated?
There's
There's
a small space.
What's that?
I don't think there's a space at all.
Have you
Whoops.
ever heard of anyone that said, I'm not going to smoke this marijuana until I get high. I'm just going to smoke it until right before I get high. No. Are you still there?
No, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you froze up on me.
My picture's frozen. How's it look? Does it look pretty good?
You are looking pretty good. Let me take
All right.
a screenshot and send it to you. The point is, there is a space between drinking and getting drunk that's non-sinful.
Right.
There is no place between smoking marijuana and getting high, which is sinful.
Right.
This is the analogous comparison. This is the comparison between the two. This space between alcohol and drinking, between drinking and drunkenness with alcohol, is the space where there's not sin. Understand?
Yeah, I get it.
There's no space. Smoking marijuana is a sin. People are going to say, well, there is a space. Well, let me tell you, how often do you stop there? Do you breach that space every time you smoke marijuana? Because if you do, then you're smoking marijuana to get high, which is the same as drunkenness, which is sin.
Right. So you're going to tell everybody in your church that this is treated just like wine.
It's treated like drunkenness.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay. So, but medicinal, are you okay with?
No.
No.
I'm okay with CBD oil. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Because
you're drawing something that is beneficial to the body,
right.
without muting the spirit.
So CBD, is it CBD?
Whatever it is.
Whatever. CBD oil. Okay. So for medical reasons, if you draw the part that numbs, that's meant for medical use and doesn't make you hallucinate anything.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
All right, man. Let's go smoke it up. No, I'm just kidding. No. Okay. Do you plan on having that talk when it becomes legal, or right before it becomes legal? When would you have that
I'll
talk?
have that talk prior to it becoming, as the conversation intensifies in our state.
I
Before
got
it becomes legal, but as it needs to be more a limelight or a spotlight conversation within our state before we address it, I think.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thank you, Pastor, for your insight. I appreciate that clarification.
Unless I have somebody going to Colorado for a vacation, and then I tell them.
Right. I gotcha. I get it. But if they go to California, forget it. You don't tell them anything, right?
You can't tell them anything.
Stop it. Be nice. All right.